Hello everyone, Chicken here. This is part 3 of the basic item guides to HOK. Today I'll be going over the tank items in HOK. Now, tank items are definitely what I have second most experience with building as a fighter. So I have quite some insight for most of the items. So starting off with Dawnlight. This is a supportive tank item. You don't typically build this on fighters. When you do damage heroes that do damage to enemy heroes with basic attacks or skills, you give your nearest teammate a shield that will scale also on your HP. So again, supportive tank item. Blazing Cape. This functions how the old Dominance Ice would, where the anti-heal only affects people around you, because it also is Cursed Helmet. It's basically those two items combined, where you apply burn damage to those around you, and anybody that's applied with that burn damage will have anti-heal affected by them. So a very, very important staple item on like every single tank hero that you go first. And even fighters, if you want to build tank to survive because you realize your team needs a tank, you build this item first. Ominous Premonition. This is a unique item to HOK, not really a comparison ML. When you take damage, you reduce the attack speed and movement speed by... I'm sorry, this is like the old Dominance passive. The old Dominance Ice passive, where if people hit you... actually, that wasn't an old passive. I'm sorry, I'm being dumb here. It's like the new passive, where if they hit you, they get attack speed reduced, but here they also get their move speed reduced. So, similar to Dominance Ice, but also not. I would just think of it as unique, don't really compare it. Glacial Buckler. Now this is a completely unique item to HOK, and it is a semi-aggressive tank item. But you trigger an Ice Blast when you lose more than 10% HP from a single attack, and you deal magic damage to enemies within your range, and you reduce their attack speed and movement speed for 2 seconds. It's a niche item. I only know really Fuzi builds it as default, but probably some other people can build it. It does give 20% cooldown reduction. I have been experimenting with building it on other fighters, and I do like the cooldown reduction, but you get no health. Spike Mail. Basically, blade armor, but to be honest, it's a lot better than blade armor, because instead of just auto attacks, it reflects everything that's physical damage and as magic damage. So even assassins will be affected by this, that only use their skills and don't even auto attack. So quite a nice spin on the item. I like that a lot. And then apparently it has a unique passive. When you take damage exceeding 2,000 within 2 seconds, you deal a magic explosion around you that scales on your HP. So honestly, a really good item that I feel like it's not built enough. It's kind of underused in my opinion. Sakugas Cloak. This is the old Athena shield, where you would get a magic damage only shield by being out of combat, and also increases your magic defense by a lot. Honestly, I don't know why they have the passive as anti-mage to increase your magic defense to 320 instead of just putting it on the base stats. That's kind of weird, but whatever. Long Night Guardian. This is the other hard magic defense item. They're basically Soupis Cloak and Long Night Guardian. Long Night Guardian is a bit more unique. There's not really an ML comparison. It just gives you magic defense and health, and it has a unique passive of where when you take damage exceeding 30% of your health within 3 seconds, you recover a lot of HP back. So this item and Soupis Cloak, it's really preference of what you want. Soupis Cloak is probably better for squishier heroes like marksmen and whatnot, and they have a one-shot mage. But Long Night Guardian, is better for those longer fights if you sustain longer as a tank or fighter. But you can build it on squishies too, but you gotta be like careful. I personally really like Long Night Guardian because, you know, I play fighters. I'm usually a little bit bulky. I can tank something. But versus a hero like Daji or Xiao Kao, who are just gonna like one-shot you with their insane damage, I will often opt for Sakugas Cloak. Curious of Savagery. This is like brute force from ML, but instead of when you get stacks yourself by casting skills, you get stacks by taking damage. It does give you a little bit of damage as well in the base stats and move speed. Pretty staple fighter item that wants to be a little tanky. People can start this item first as well. Yeah, it's a very good item. Dragon's Rage. This is a very niche tank item. When you basic attack, you get a little bit of HP back, and you do bonus damage based on your HP. So it has a cooldown as well, but this is for tanks that have usually auto attack enhancing abilities, or they build a lot of health or have a lot of natural health, and they can make use of the passive. Not the tankiest item, but a good tank damage item. Sage's Sanctuary. This is the immortality of this game. You can item swap this with Destiny, and it's really cool. I've done it a few times. It's very satisfying. This has no precursor items, meaning you buy it in one go. Also meaning you don't buy this until it's your last item, because since you're building nothing into it, you literally are going to have to get 2,000 gold and then buy the item. So terrible to build before last item, because of that specific reason of where it has no precursor. You're not getting any extra stats before you actually have the item. The base stats are garbage. It's only 140 each. Like, they're really bad base stats. So I like this to where people oftentimes in ML will build, like, you'll have a Jawhead, first item immortality, because they're super aggressive and all that stuff. But here it's very punishing that you can't do that, because the base stats suck, and the item you need has no precursor. Eye of the Phoenix, a unique item to HOK. The lower the health you have, the the better health recovery effects are on you. No real simple way to explain that. You basically heal more at lower health from any sort of healing. I guess that's a simple way to explain it. Overlord's Plate Mail. This is the Guardian's helmet of this game. Very popular tank item. Even on some fighters that build tank items, you build this. A lot of health, you get HP outside of combat, and then you get a bunch of more HP from the passive. Frostcars Embrace. This is similar to Dragon's Rage, but typically just better. Frostcar, the next basic attack within 5 seconds, after using a skill, will do extra physical damage and also slow them down by a lot. 30% for half a second. And the cooldown's really quick, 1.2 seconds. So typically, if you want a tank item on a fighter first, and you don't want to build Curse of Savagery, you build Frostcars Embrace. Oftentimes, you will build this after Acts of Torment on a lot of fighters as well. It's a very big fighter item. Some tanks build it, but it's not a hard tank item. It's more of a damage fighter item. Blood Rage. This is similar to Pure Sky, except the tank version. When you activate it at lower HP, you get a shield that will progressively lower your HP by 30%, but you will never go below 1% HP, but you'll get 40% of HP worth of shield, and then you get 15% attack damage for that short time frame. So you want to wait until you're lower HP, because it deducts 30% of your current HP. So if you're max HP and you use this, you're losing 30% of your 100% HP health. But say you're at 10% HP and you use this, you're only losing like 3 to 4% of your HP, while you're going to get 40% of shield. So yeah, more beneficial to use it when you're low HP. It also has a unique passive where your auto attacks deal extra damage based on your HP. So a lot of fast attacking fighters, or fighters that auto attack in general, will build this, and it's very like the best probably tank fighter option to build. And then you have the upgraded form Phantom, which is the better version. You just deal even more damage. You use it, and you get more HP. Frigid Charge is a unique item in HOK. It's basically Petrify, but an item. So you sacrifice your item slot to get Petrify as an item, essentially. Now, again, going over the boots. If you already watched, you can skip it, but every single part, I'm going over boots and jungle items. Your Boots of Fortitude, instead of getting physical defense per stack, like Warrior Boots, you get a flat 10% reduction in physical damage. Resistance Boots, Boots of Toughness, same thing, tough boots. Tranquility, very neat in this game, because it gives you a unique passive of shortening your cooldowns of your common skills by 15% on top of your 15% base stats. Meaning, every skill that's not your ultimate will get a 30% cooldown reduction, which is insane. Now, I don't know what the cooldown reduction cap is in this game. I don't know if there is one, but there probably is, but, you know, a lot of cooldown reduction. Arcane Boots, it's your typical, you know, magic pen shoes. You get mana regen as well in this game, which is nice. Dexterity Boots, they have a unique passive in this game, unlike Swift Boots, where you get HP per auto attack. So very nice for some lane sustain. And Boots of Deafness, rapid boots, and nothing surprising there. Jungling, you have, if you know old ML jungle items, the same thing as that. You have your damage jungle item, your magic jungle item, and then your tank jungle item. Roaming is also unique in this game with the items. You have a tank roam item, and then you have a support roam item, basically, where you have the encourage effect from ML, where people around you get bonus damage. But this one is just pure defense. Oh, actually, you give defense to your teammates as well. I didn't know that till this video, until I'm reading it, so that's my bad. You upgrade these in different items. Each one can upgrade into the same things, and there's probably one that's meta a lot more than the others, and I don't know which because I don't play this role. But anywho, hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. Like the video, sub, all good stuff, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.